Have you ever tossed salt over your shoulder or avoided walking under a ladder? If so, you've experienced the enduring power of superstition. Superstitions, those irrational beliefs that link actions to outcomes, have captivated humanity for millennia. But why do we cling to these beliefs even in our modern scientific age? The answer lies in the fascinating interplay between our brains, our history, and our deep-seated need to find order in a chaotic universe. Superstitions offer a sense of control in an unpredictable world. They tap into our primal instincts, our desire to influence the hand we are dealt. While science seeks to explain the natural world through observation and experimentation, superstitions offer a more mystical interpretation, often rooted in ancient rituals and beliefs passed down through generations. The persistence of superstitions, even in the face of reason, reveals a fundamental truth about human nature. We are storytelling creatures, hardwired to seek patterns and explanations, even when they defy logic. This exploration delves into the origins of common superstitions, examining their historical context and the psychological reasons why they continue to hold sway. Join me as we unravel the science and stories behind these intriguing beliefs, separating fact from fiction and discovering the enduring power of the human mind. Superstitions are not a modern invention. They are woven into the very fabric of human history, echoes of ancient fears and rituals that have resonated across cultures and time. To truly understand these beliefs, we must journey back to a time when the world was a mysterious and often terrifying place, governed by unseen forces. In ancient Egypt, for example, the number 4 was associated with death and misfortune because it represented the 4 sons of Horus, deities who guarded the dead. This belief, passed down through generations, continues to influence some cultures today. Similarly, the fear of black cats, often seen as harbingers of bad luck in Western cultures, can be traced back to medieval Europe, where they were associated with witchcraft. These early superstitions were often born out of a desire to make sense of the unknown. Ancient civilizations lacked the scientific understanding to explain natural phenomena like disease, famine, or natural disasters. In the absence of concrete explanations, they attributed these events to supernatural forces, developing rituals and beliefs to appease these unseen entities and ward off misfortune. These beliefs, passed down through oral traditions and cultural practices, became deeply ingrained in the collective consciousness. Over time, they evolved and adapted, influenced by local customs and beliefs, but their core themes, the desire for control, the fear of the unknown, and the search for meaning, remained constant. One of the most pervasive superstitions is the belief that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. This superstition has been passed down through generations, becoming deeply ingrained in many cultures around the world. This enduring myth, with its roots in ancient Roman times, highlights the human tendency to associate physical objects with abstract concepts like fate and misfortune. The Romans in particular had a rich tapestry of beliefs and rituals that influenced their daily lives. The Romans believed that mirrors reflected a person's soul. They saw mirrors as more than just tools for personal grooming. They were mystical objects that held a piece of one's essence. Breaking a mirror, therefore, was tantamount to shattering one's soul, inviting 7 years of bad luck, the time it was believed a soul took to regenerate. This belief was so strong that people would go to great lengths to avoid breaking mirrors, treating them with utmost care. While we now understand that mirrors are simply reflective surfaces, the superstition persists, a testament to the enduring power of cultural beliefs. Even in our modern scientifically advanced society, these old superstitions can still hold sway over our actions and thoughts. From a scientific perspective, there is no evidence to support the notion that breaking a mirror has any impact on one's fortune. Science relies on empirical evidence and repeatable experiments, none of which have shown a link between broken mirrors and bad luck. The misfortune that may follow such an event is likely coincidental, easily explained by the laws of probability. Life is full of random events, and attributing them to a broken mirror is a way for people to make sense of the chaos. However, the belief itself can influence our actions and perceptions. When we expect bad luck, we may become more cautious or anxious, which can affect our behavior in subtle ways. This is where the psychology of superstition comes into play. Our minds are powerful and our beliefs can shape our reality. The fear of bad luck can create a mental state that makes us more prone to noticing and remembering negative events. The fear of bad luck can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we are constantly worried about misfortune, we may inadvertently bring it upon ourselves through our actions and attitudes. If we believe that something bad will happen, we may unconsciously alter our behavior in ways that increase the likelihood of negative outcomes. This can create a cycle of anxiety and mistakes, reinforcing the belief in bad luck. For example, someone who believes they are cursed with bad luck after breaking a mirror might be more likely to dwell on negative thoughts, leading to stress and anxiety, which can, in turn, impact decision-making and increase the likelihood of making mistakes. This cycle can be difficult to break, but understanding the psychological roots of superstition can help us overcome these irrational fears and lead more rational, fulfilling lives. Section 4. Ladders of Doom, Safety First, Superstition Second. Today, we delve into the intriguing world of superstitions and their origins, focusing on the age-old belief that walking under a ladder brings bad luck. The superstition of walking under a ladder is a fascinating example of how practical concerns can morph into deeply ingrained beliefs. This belief has been passed down through generations, often without question. While the origins of this superstition are shrouded in history, it likely arose from a combination of religious symbolism and very real safety hazards. Ancient texts and historical records provide clues to its beginnings. In medieval Christianity, the ladder held symbolic significance, representing the Holy Trinity. The triangle formed by a ladder leaning against a wall was seen as a sacred space. A ladder leaning against a wall formed a triangle, a shape associated with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This geometric form was considered holy and inviolable. Walking through this sacred space was considered disrespectful and was believed to invite bad luck. The act of breaking this sacred triangle was thought to disrupt the divine harmony. Walking through this sacred space was considered disrespectful and was believed to invite bad luck. Beyond religious symbolism, the practical dangers of ladders also played a significant role in this belief. Beyond religious symbolism, the superstition likely gained traction due to the very real dangers associated with ladders. Historical records show numerous accidents involving ladders. The superstition likely gained traction due to the very real dangers associated with ladders. In a time before modern safety regulations, ladders were often unstable and prone to toppling. Workers had to be extremely cautious when using them. Ladders were often unstable and prone to toppling. Walking under a leaning ladder was simply asking for trouble, increasing the risk of accidents. Walking under a leaning ladder was simply asking for trouble, increasing the risk of being struck by falling tools, materials, or even the ladder itself. This practical concern was a significant factor in the superstition's persistence, increasing the risk of being struck by falling tools, materials, or even the ladder itself. This practical concern, coupled with religious beliefs, solidified the superstition in the public consciousness. Over time, the original reasons for avoiding ladders may have faded from memory. But the belief itself persisted. Passed down through generations as a cautionary tale. Parents would warn their children, and the cycle continued. Passed down through generations as a cautionary tale. Today, while we still acknowledge the safety hazards of ladders, the superstition persists. A testament to the enduring power of cultural beliefs to shape our behavior. Even when the original reasons for those beliefs are long forgotten, superstitions like this one remind us of our shared history and the ways in which our ancestors navigated the world. Blending practical concerns with spiritual beliefs. Section 5. Black cats, agents of misfortune or misunderstood companions. Few superstitions are as deeply ingrained in Western culture as the fear of black cats. These mysterious creatures have long been the subject of myths and legends, often portrayed as omens of bad luck or even evil. These sleek felines, often depicted as witches' familiars or harbingers of misfortune, have been unfairly demonized for centuries. Their association with the supernatural has made them a staple in horror stories and Halloween imagery. But where did this fear originate, and is there any truth to the superstition? To understand this, we need to delve into the annals of history and explore the cultural context that shaped these beliefs. The association of black cats with bad luck can be traced back to medieval Europe, a time when superstition and fear of the unknown were rampant. People were quick to find scapegoats for their misfortunes, and black cats, with their mysterious appearance, fit the bill perfectly. During this period, the fear of witchcraft was at its peak. Black cats, with their nocturnal habits and association with darkness, became easy targets. They were often thought to be witches in disguise or demonic familiars sent to spy on unsuspecting humans. Their ability to move silently and their glowing eyes in the dark only added to the fear and suspicion. People believed that these cats had supernatural powers and could bring misfortune to anyone who crossed their path. They were believed to be witches in disguise, or worse, demonic familiars sent to spy on unsuspecting humans. This belief was so strong that black cats were often killed on sight, especially during witch hunts. This fear reached its peak during the Black Death in the 14th century. As the plague ravaged Europe, decimating populations, people were desperate to find a cause for the devastation. As the plague ravaged Europe, decimating populations, cats, already associated with witchcraft and evil, were blamed for spreading the disease. The sight of a black cat was enough to send shivers down the spine of many. Cats, already associated with witchcraft and evil, were blamed for spreading the disease. In reality, cats likely helped to control the rat population, which carried the fleas that transmitted the plague. Ironically, the killing of cats may have worsened the situation. In reality, cats likely helped to control the rat population, which carried the fleas that transmitted the plague. Their natural hunting instincts made them valuable allies in combating the true culprits of the disease. However, fear and ignorance prevailed, and countless cats were slaughtered, exacerbating the crisis. The mass killing of cats led to an increase in the rat population, which in turn led to more fleas and a faster spread of the plague. The stigma against black cats persists in some cultures today, although thankfully, attitudes are changing. In modern times, many people have come to see black cats in a new light, recognizing their beauty and unique charm. Although thankfully, attitudes are changing. In many parts of the world, black cats are now seen as symbols of good luck or prosperity. They are cherished pets and beloved members of many families. In many parts of the world, black cats are seen as symbols of good luck or prosperity. In Japan, for example, black cats are believed to bring good fortune, particularly in matters of love and relationships. They are often featured in folklore and are considered to be protective spirits. In Japan, for example, black cats are believed to bring good fortune, particularly in matters of love and relationships. A black cat crossing your path is seen as a positive omen, signaling good things to come. It's time we shed these outdated superstitions and appreciate black cats for the intelligent, affectionate companions they truly are. They deserve to be loved and respected just like any other pet. Their only crime is being victims of centuries of misinformation and fear. By understanding their history and debunking the myths, we can give black cats the appreciation and love they truly deserve.